just for me and my people, like pause is for protection. Like, you got to say pause first, and then you continue to say what you're going to say.
So Ayo is afterwards.
Ayo is when you get caught saying some pause shit without saying pause. So you got to say pause for protection, like, yo, pause, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Hello, everyone. It's your favorite girl on the rocks. Of course, we're here for another episode of Feed the DJ podcast right here at our home base, Hub 17. Before we jump into our interview today, which is actually going to be a little different, today we have our first performer guest of the season. So you guys know we interview DJs, producers, and performers from New York City and beyond. So today will be the first performer we have for the season. I'm really looking forward to it because they were actually here for an interview for The Hotspot, which was another show that I filmed right here at Hub 17, which was a shorter interview show, and it kind of introduced, or not introduced, but invited, if you will, creatives of all types, and it was like a short form thing. So he's back here in the studio with us, BMC Smoove, and we're going to talk more about what he's done since the last time we've been together here in Hub 17. But before we get into that, I do want to do some quick announcements for you guys. So, myself, Girl on the Rocks, and Designer Dreams, who was actually our season finale guest of season 1. So if you guys want to head back over to that episode right now, check it out and come back and watch the rest of this episode. But he will be hosting with me as well for the Pass the Aux event that we're having here on February 28th. So if you know any producers or DJs who want to put their new music out there, maybe some old beats out there, or cook something up in the heat of the moment, we would love for you guys to come out and join us. We're going to have some feature performers as well, so stick around. We have some promo going out for that this week. Hey everybody, it's your favorite girl on the rocks, of course, and we are here at our home base, Hub 17 NYC. If you are a lover of podcasts or want to get your own podcast started, make sure you follow Hub 17 NYC so you can get a tour of our facility and learn how you can bring your ideas to life. Because we have the King of Staten Island in the studio with me today, and I really want to know what it's like to have such a heavy crown. You know, Staten Island is its own world, so it's a lot to carry on your shoulders.
Yeah, it is. This shit heavy for real. I ain't gonna lie.
So, everybody, please join me in welcoming BMC Smoove to the Feed the DJ podcast. The sigh. Like, what does that even mean? Please
amazement.
Explain that.
Yo, thanks for having me. Like, I made it. Like,
oh my goodness.
I'm on Feed the DJ podcast. Like, this is a prestigious platform, first of all. Let me just say that to begin. And second off, like, as you said, like, being the King of Staten Island, like, I had to jump through, like, hoops and hurdles and everything, and even stuff like that. Even to make it to Feed the DJ podcast, that proves that I'm doing something right.
Thank you.
You know?
Nah, we've been saying this for a while that he needs to get on the show. And he actually got on the show via petition on social media. Everybody was like, you got to have him on the show. You got to have him on the show. Here we are.
I appreciate it, man. Shout out Feed the DJ podcast. Shout out you, Girl on the Rocks, and shout out everybody that's been supporting me on my journey, helping me hold the crown, because it ain't held by two hands. It's held by a village. You feel me? It's everybody.
Okay, so let's jump right in.
All right. Were
you given this title? Like, was it a ceremony? Were you knighted? Like, I need to know what it was like the day that you were like, yeah, so I'm King of Staten Island and I'm standing on that.
All right, like, it started off self-proclaimed. Like,
okay.
Because you know how nicknames can't be given. They got to be earned.
Exactly.
So this was a situation where I gave myself the moniker, and then I also earned everything, the entitlement that come with it.
Yeah.
Because initially, I didn't start off as the King of Staten Island. I was just, doing shows everywhere else but Staten Island. And then I was just like, yo, I'm about to be the King of New York. Then I'm like, nah, I'm bugging. What the fuck I think I
Like, let's start with one borough at a time.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm doing all the shows in every borough, all the other boroughs except for Staten Island. And then I'm like, all right, I'm going to spend the next 2 years just staying in my city, catering, being, doing all the shows, running the circuit, seeing what Staten Island has to offer as far as music, promotion, and everything. I just wanted to run that circuit.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, fuck that. I've been out here forever. I'm from Staten Island. Yo, I'm the king of Staten Island, and I'm the best nigga out here doing this shit. So I'm like, let me just throw the crown on and wear it. And you feel me? The people help me. You feel me? They deemed me worthy. Ain't much naysayers or ain't nobody publicly saying anything about it. So that's what's going on. We the king of Staten Island, a.k.a. K.O.S.I.
So nobody is, but what if they do? Are you prepared for that?
Yeah,
Are you
course.
prepared to be challenged?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that's what being a king is, right? Having to defend your territory and your platform. So
yeah, but they gotta do a lot to even be deemed worthy of a challenge. Like it comes with self-preservation. It comes with accolades. It comes with poise. It comes with not just starting a rap yesterday and be like, yeah, I'm the king of Staten Island. Like you gotta have a certain level of like prestige to even start to claim that or even feel that within yourself. Pause.
Yeah.
It's just like you gotta be really, really about it. Like and a lot of people ain't really, really about it. I'm really, really about it.
Okay, y'all hear that, right? So, do not challenge him. And if you do, we are prepared.
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
army is
yes.
assembled.
That's a fact.
Avengers unite.
I'm from Spartan Ave. Y'all know what's going on with that.
So, I want to actually touch on something that you mentioned, going out and performing on other boroughs and everywhere but Staten Island. How was that like? Because I know for a lot of people on Staten Island, right, getting gigs outside of the island or trying to get that exposure outside of the island is a big deal. So how was that like doing it in such a earlier stages of your music career?
Well, when I first started doing music, I was blessed to be around like the areas of like legends like Cortez. Shout out Cortez. He a legendary battle rapper. And then, he started putting me on shows. I opened up for Shyheim Pause in Queens and stuff like that. So I was just really just, being in every other borough. So by the time I came to Staten Island, it was like I'm getting love in every other borough. So I kind of like beat the game on expert and then went to beginner because I'm from Staten Island. So now I'm in front of my peers. People who didn't even know that I was that good at rapping because they know me for other stuff. I've been on Staten Island my whole life. We know, I could have played basketball. I could have did this. I could have did that. But now I'm rapping. And then you're like, oh, snap, yo. All right, and then they got behind me, pause, and then I'm just like, all right, like it just got crazy after that.
Wait.
I know you laughing, yo. Like, but to answer your question in its entirety, it was virtually easier, and I came back to Staten Island with like a chip on my shoulder because I was getting love in other places.
For me, as a DJ, I mean, I guess it's different from that point of view, right? But like as a DJ, going out there in Staten Island is actually more nerve-wracking than doing events outside of Staten Island.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I'm more nervous because the people in the crowd at home know me.
I agree 100% with that. I still haven't invited certain people from my block or my mom or like my aunt or like certain cousins. Like they still ain't come to a show because like, you feel me? I got to look them dead in their eyes. It's not like I'm on a big stage and they're in the crowd. Like, you're right.
Like I'll probably never see these people again. So let's just go hard.
So I definitely agree with that. That's like, when I first decided to start performing and stuff like that, because I just wanted to just, rap and just, do it for fun. But then once I started implementing the actual factors that came into it, I'm like, oh, you got to perform, you got to promote, you got to do a lot of stuff to build your artistry to become, who you want to be. So when I started performing outside, I'm like, you become kind of like a creative player. They don't know you. It's whoever you want to be out here. And obviously, I'm a great rapper, and I have talents that supersedes a lot of other things. But I just wanted to go out there and profess to them that I was a great rapper, and it came with an aura that gave me this demeanor and this chip on my shoulder that I am who I am.
Yeah. So you've been rapping for now 4 years, right? Yep. Almost 5?
5 years to be January 18th, 2026.
Nice.
So I just made 4 years.
Okay. So on that day, was it like on January 18th, you woke up from your sleep and you just had an epiphany, like, I want to be a rapper? Like how do you know the exact day?
Because that's when I uploaded my first single. That came from like the stats of when I uploaded.
But technically,
I was rapping way before that.
Okay. That's what I'm about to say. Like, because technically, that's just like when you started putting yourself out there. But I want to know when you first became interested in making your own music.
Well, I've been rapping for years, but I first became interested in making my own music because one of my friends came to the block with a freestyle, and it was so crazy. And I'm like, yo, based on the circuit that I know, the battle rap circuit and everything, I know that this is like some of the craziest stuff I've ever heard. And I'm like a tough critic. So I'm like, yo, I want to be creative like that. I want to really take it serious and see if I'm really as good as I say that I am. Because everybody on my block know that I'm nice and stuff. But I want to put it on a bigger scale and see if I'm actually who I say I am. And I actually am, just so we're clear on that. But, you know, that's really, you know.
So when it comes to making your music and perfecting it and putting it out, who are some of the people that you're looking up to kind of guide you in the right direction?
Anybody with a helping hand that's genuine, that's willing to say something that makes sense towards my trajectory and where I want to go.
Yeah.
Instead of just telling me something that they think that I should do.
Or what you want to hear.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, so I just look for those people. It's not like much. I have about like 2 or 3 of them. Yeah. And I know when I hear it from them, I know that that's something that I might need to home in on, you know. Because everybody got an opinion. The bigger you get, everybody has an opinion. So I'm just got 2 or 3 people that I'm able to, you know, I'm receptive to in a manner where I know it'll benefit me in the end game as to where I want to go.
Nice. So let's do a quick compare and contrast, right? So let's compare and contrast this last album that you put out to the very first project that you ever put out. Like what are the major differences that you see for yourself as far as growth, as far as lyricism, as far as production? Like, what are some of the things that you can compare and contrast about your very first piece of work and the latest piece of work you put out?
The last piece of work that I just put out, BMC K.O.S.I, King of Staten Island, streaming on all platforms. Everybody go get that. And the first album that I put out is Frank White 1. It is, like, totally different. Like, my writing is peaked so much that I'm better now. I'm so much more poised. I'm not, like, rapping too fast. I know how to deliver it. I know how to cater. I know more punchlines, more similes, more wordplay, more, like, syllables. I'm able to, you know, flow and do everything to the level that I thought that I could when I did my first tape. Yeah. But now I actually reached the level that I thought that I could get to, and I'm only trying to get better. But just to answer your question, my first album compared to my last album is really like dirt. My block loved my first album because they're like, oh snap, you did it. But I'm like, no, this new shit I just put out. They're like, but no, I'm like, no, I was dirt then. Like, I was like, I thought I was him then. Right. I'm like, no, I'm him now. Yeah.
Like, and so when you first started coming up with music, was it just a way to express yourself and just get your emotions out? Or were you always looking to make music for people to connect with?
I really just wanted to make music to show everybody that I'm like the best. Like, I really wanted, it's like a tournament to me. Like, and hip hop has always been like that. It's been a competitive sport since the beginning. So I just wanted to, you know, still sharp and still pause. I just wanted to just build and build and build and see who's the best, like, you know, who's regarded as the best. And then that's how we connect, and then that's how we end up putting music together like that, and that's what comes out of it. So it was more of a who's the best, let's, you know, come together and see what we can make of it, opposed to just me wanting to be like a musician or an artist or anything like that. It just, you know, me just wanting to spit raps and see who's fired. Like, so, and then I just ended up, you know, getting, I'll say success from it, you know. Success is, you know, opinionated at the end of the day, but I gained a lot of success, notoriety, and what I set out to do, I've gained that in my journey in rapping, so I want to continue.
And I want to piggyback off that. Like, what does success look like for you?
Everything I said it is. Like, success is really where you say you're going to do something, and then you set out to do it, and then you accomplish that. And then once you accomplish that, that's called success. If you continuously do that, exactly. If you continuously do that, then you're successful. Success is saying, I'm going to take a sip of this Lena Lynx right here. Shout out Lena Lynx.
Lena. It is season 3, brand new year, new season, and we have a brand new partner. Big shout out to Lena Lynx. If you guys were big fans of the season finale party that we had in 2024, you know that she had the drinks flowing for us. It's very important for us here at Feed the DJ podcast to make sure that our guests are comfortable. And sometimes you just need a little something to eat and a little something to drink before you get on camera. So thank you so much, Lena Lynx, for bringing us a signature flavor every episode of season 3. You guys remember, 1 and done, 2 and you're through, and 3, that's on you. Make sure you follow Lena Lynx and let her know that Feed the DJ sent you. Okay.
That's a success. If you continuously do it, then you're successful. it has to be done more than once in order
Cheers
for it
to
to be
that.
like that. Cheers.
Cheers to success.
Cheers to success.
I'm wishing a lot more success for you, but I will definitely say I have seen the success unfold in real time for you. So, what is your production process look like, right? So, on this show, we interview DJs, producers, and performers, and I feel like no matter what, at some point, all of those different roles kind of intertwine together, right? Mm-hmm. So, how important is it for you to have a strong relationship? Pause. Okay, and we're gonna talk about that too, because every time he says pause, I literally crack up a little bit inside. But so, how important is the relationship that you have with your producers so that you can get the right sound? Is it something that you have to shop around for, or is it kind of more of like a trial and error kind of thing?
I was really blessed with the situation to where it wasn't trial and error. I linked with one person via Intel, shout out Intel, and then he introduced me to Agent Blur. Mm-hmm. And both of them has been so meticulous, so mindful, and so able to build in like my craftsmanship as being a rapper and how we put everything together to the point where I didn't have to look for nobody else. And I know there's highly noted, producers out here and your Hands and your Jay Glazes, everybody else who everybody else deal with. But I don't deal with them. I deal with Agent Blur in his studio, and we've made all 6 of my projects together. So I've been blessed with the opportunity to see how we've both grown together, pause from my first tape to my last tape, and we're coming together and really making this what I said I wanted to make it. So that's really like pivotal in finding somebody and having a relationship grow naturally, opposed to just it being something based off of monetary value, because hip-hop and what you craft is way bigger than just money. It's about how you set out to do it from your heart.
Yeah. Now, shout out to Agent Blur. Love Blur. We're going to have you on the show, okay?
Shout out Blur.
But so let's hypothetically say things happen and you have to now go to a different producer, right? Like, how are you going to explain your sound to a brand new producer? Like, if you walk into the studio and you're working with somebody new who you've heard from other people is really good, right? So what is it that you would tell them to kind of break down the type of sound that you're looking for?
Well, thanks to Agent Blur, now I know the names of certain loops and certain effects and certain sounds that I want. So now that's when I was saying before how I'm able to like co-produce my own stuff now. Yeah. So now I know what a reverb is. Now I know what an overlay is. Now I know what an echo is. Now I know what punching in and out is. Now I know what this stuff is. Now I know what a drop is. Now I know how to cut the beat and all of that. And then if I could tell him to do that, then I could just pause the Agent Blur package to any producer in the world, and then it'll sound just like how I want it to sound, because it starts with me and it ends with them. So the same way how I could co-produce with Agent Blur, he just gives me the knowledge that I could go anywhere and have what we build in his studio in any studio in the world. So shout out to him for giving me that knowledge. So
one more time, please give us a plug on your last project. And also tell me about building this project and coming up with the idea for it and everything.
Well, the idea of BMC K.O.S.I, King of Staten Island. It started off. It's a 3-tape trilogy. It started off as before K.O.S.I, which is before the King of Staten Island, which is a couple stories, raps, and events that happened before I was before I was a proclaimed King of Staten Island. Yeah. And then it was still before K.O.S.I, because it's like we're still waiting on the album. Yeah. That was the EP, which is still before K.O.S.I, and then we dropped BMC K.O.S.I, which is BMC King of Staten Island. So I gave them a mixtape, an EP, and then the actual album to BMC K.O.S.I. So it's kind of like a story. If you walk with me through the trilogy, then it all comes together full circle as to how I became the King of Staten Island. And it's just a story in 3 tapes in its entirety.
Hey everyone on YouTube, I'm so happy to see you. Thank you for watching Feed the DJ podcast. We just want to remind you to turn your notifications on and hit that subscribe button so you can be the first to see all of the new episodes in season 3. You can leave us questions and reviews in the comments below. Ready?
Absolutely.
What is your favorite track from each one?
From each
and why?
From each BMC K.O.S.I?
Yeah.
My favorite track, first of all, I love every single song on every single tape.
Of course.
They're all my favorite. But if I had to home in on one of them, we'll do before K.O.S.I, Come Outside, nigga, come outside. We know that. I still perform that. That song is 3 years old, and I perform that at every single event. It still get the crowd going crazy. Still before K.O.S.I, my favorite song on there would have to be Something Smoove Forgot. You know, I rapped over to Something You Forgot, the Lil Wayne song, and it was actually cleared by everybody, so I was able to monetize off of it, which is something that's very, very rare in music today, clearing a sample such as that.
Was that a long process?
It was a long process, but I was able to get it to where I didn't lose any money from it, and nobody was butthurt about it. You feel me? Everything was situated with that. That was definitely paused, but, you know, we skipped past that. And on my album, BMC K.O.S.I, the one that just came out, which actually won Staten Island's Album of the Year.
Yes, sir.
My favorite song on there would be Pray for K.O.S.I.
I knew you were going to say that.
Pray for K.O.S.I. I had to. I just started performing it. I just started re-listening to it, and I'm like, this is one of the most timeless songs I've ever made in my life.
Yeah.
And it's still new. People can't really say stuff is a classic when it's new. It has to age over time.
Yeah.
But I just know that just like a lot of my other songs, this one is one of them ones, at least with me, that it resonates, that it's going to be timeless.
Yeah.
So that's one of my favorite songs. And I just started performing it, too, so it's actually extra.
Now it's growing on you.
Yeah. Even more, yes. So Pray for K.O.S.I, Something Smoove Forgot, and Come Outside would be my top 3 from all 3 of the K.O.S.I trilogies.
So it's safe to say that when you perform, those 3 will definitely be on the roster.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I always perform Come Outside. I haven't not performed Come Outside since I made the song. I just started performing Pray For Me at my last 4 events that I had in the last 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And Something Smoove Forgot is just more of a transparent song about, you know, relationships. And, you know, I'm not really known to rap about relationships and, you know, stuff like that. So I just wanted to jump into that lane and see if I could do it and just really articulate it from my point of view via rap style. So I did that, and I'm going to do more of that because that got heavy acknowledgement, and I was able to, you know, captivate off of that in a lane that I didn't think that I would before I did it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start doing that. So those are the 3 songs from the trilogy.
Fire. So do you know how many songs you're going to create that you know you're going to want to perform before you make the whole project, or is it kind of after the fact? Like, so for example, right, like if you have, let's say, 6 tracks, like, are you going to say, all right, so 3 of these tracks I'm going to make to where I know I'm going to be able to perform them? Because I know it all has to do with, like, breathing and all of that, right? So, like, do you go into the creative process knowing that, or does it kind of just happen over time?
It's like an energy thing. So I've performed songs where I didn't necessarily have the breath control for it, and I knew that that wasn't a song that's meant to be performed, but it's been a time where I had to perform it, and then it went crazy, so now I know I have to rehearse that song more than ever.
Yeah.
I have to sustain the breath control for the song because I'm the one who wrote it, I'm the one who went to the studio, I'm the one who rapped it, so I have to be the one to be able to step on stage and provide that same energy that I created when I made the song, because that's the point in it, to try to give the fans, the people, the supporters, the same energy that you created when you was in the car writing it, or when you was in the studio going crazy. You try to give that to the people. It's like an aura thing. So it's just natural. But to answer your question, when I'm writing songs now, I focus more on breath control because I'm always rapping live. I'm always rapping somewhere. So any song could be performed at any time. So I'm able to just, you know, condense my flow and create flows and patterns to where I'm able to rap the syllables and as fast as I want and still have the necessary breath control to perform it anywhere.
Yeah.
So.
Now, I see you BMC down to the socks today.
Yeah, always.
Tell us about the clothing brand and the idea behind that. When did this start? When you started rapping as well, or is this something that came along the way?
Well, this started, I started rapping, I did my first drop, like I said, January 18th, 2021.
Yeah.
I released BMC Clothing March 13th, 2021 as well.
Yo, your dates like are down pat, like
yeah, I like to have everything situated in my head, so I like, because I'm big on like trajectory and knowing how long you've been doing stuff and just seeing where you started opposed to where you're at. I'm like major on stats and analytics. I'm very like observative, and I'm just super like keen on that as to knowing what's going on. If you don't know how long you've been doing stuff and what your process was to it, then what are you doing it for?
That's true.
All know schooling is 12 years, K through 12. Or if you started 3K, you feel me, it's 13 years. We all know that. What did we do in those 13 years of school?
Yeah.
I want to know what I did in these 4 or 5 years of me rapping when I go to look back.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm big on dates and stuff like that. You know, but March 13th, 2021 was when I started BMC Clothing. You know, that first year we did roughly about 2,300 units sold. It was crazy. Now I'm able to do jackets and stuff like that. And before we get any further on the clothing, I had to pull up with something for you. So,
yes! Ooh! Oh my God, I love this color.
Yeah, we got the sky bubblegum situation going for Feed the DJ. Girl on the rocks.
A custom.
The hostess with the mostest, you feel me? That's a crop top sweatsuit. Nobody in the universe has that.
Oh my gosh,
so you know what's going on. Yeah, so this is how we're able to build and brand.
Fire. I love.
We got a crop sweatsuit, you know.
I love this color. Nah, this goes crazy. And it's the crop tee.
Yeah, we got the Croppolini on them with the sweats. You guys stay hot and warm. You guys stay hot and cool in the winter, you know?
Oh, I'm wearing this next episode for sure.
Oh, it's lit. We activated.
Thank you so much.
So, no problem, of course. So to answer your question, that's how we're able to build and brand. You know, it's about, supporting who supports you. You giving me a big platform to promote myself. Yeah. And this isn't the first time. So how I would be crazy to not, share my brand with yours as you've been doing with me for all of these years. So I definitely appreciate you. I appreciate Feed the DJ. And shout out Girl on the Rocks for being such a premier player in this thing we got going on.
Thank you. All right, I want to know, tell us about the logo. How did you come up with this logo? Y'all.
We activated.
If you guys are not watching on YouTube, I just got the cutest sweatsuit. It's a crop top sweatsuit. It's like the nicest blue color. I love this. This is going to make me stand out on the podcast. But yes, tell us how you came up with your logo.
All right, well, for those of you who don't know, BMC was created October 31st, 2010. That's just another date and time stamp for y'all.
Yo, he's the type to pull out a receipt. Like, that's funny because on January 8th, 2011, you said, I quote.
Like that. So I'm crying. So I forgot the question.
How did you come up with your BMC logo?
There we go. All right, I got a couple players in this BMC family that's really devoted and they like to do stuff like this. So it was just as simple as me putting it in the group chat of my BMC brethren. Yo, we need a logo. How we gonna do this? One person said, yo, we need some cash registers. Another person said, yo, we need money bags. The other person said, yo, none of that shit is drip. And then my man said, oh, you got to put the drip on the BMC shit. We put it together. I came through with the logo. They looked at it. We said, all right, cool. We're going to rock like that. We stamped it, and now we got it. And the diamond came from me personally because I'm all about resilience and shining. Yeah. So I throw a diamond on every BMC piece that was ever created.
I really love this peach color a lot.
I appreciate really you. Fire. I was trying to figure out what color it was. I was saying coral.
Coral? I can go for coral. Coral is nice.
I think coral sounds a little bit more flavorful than peach. Like peach is like.
How about mauve? Yeah, that's sophisticated.
With the mauve jacket.
I really love that. So I hear you talking about other members of the BMC. So how many members are there in the BMC crew, if you will?
We're like an Italian family. We got a starting five, a round table, conglomerate situation going on, BMC is a family, and there's no number on family, so I can't give a direct number as to how many people that's actually BMC. I will say that we have a top five in order that's able to delegate and make executive decisions based on the company, the brand, and the likelihood of one another that we can trust.
Okay.
We could trust everybody in the family, but we just designated to a top five.
Okay.
So we have structure and order based on what we're trying to do as far as furthering our goals.
Absolutely. And so do you guys make sure you guys are constantly supporting each other on everything that you guys do? Is everyone also in the music game, or is everyone kind of doing their own thing? Yeah,
I mean, we're all together, so we support everything that everybody do and stuff like that. But the music is like specifically my baby. Like, you feel me? I'm gonna home in on the music. Yeah. I want to rap. I'm the rapper. Them niggas ain't rappers. Like, you feel me? They're gonna support everything that I do. You feel me? They're gonna make sure that we're marketing the clothes. We're gonna make sure that we're marketing the music. They're gonna make sure that even though I be sometimes late to the studio, they're gonna make sure that I'm in the studio. They're gonna make sure that that the flyers is getting pushed. They're gonna make sure that the clothes is getting worn. They're gonna make sure that everything is situated exactly. So we're like Voltron. Like we come together to make it. Like,
I love it. So I know you've been performing a lot in the last few weeks. So, I mean, didn't you just have a show?
Yeah, I just had a show like less than 12 hours ago.
So tell me how it's been performing now, so many years after starting this whole thing. And what is it that you're chasing, right? Like for me, when I have a gig, I'm chasing that feeling of when that person all the way in the back who hasn't danced all night finally hears that one song and they start going crazy and they start pointing at me like, yo, this is my shit. Like, so What is it that you're chasing now that you've been rapping for some time? You have a fan base. What is it that you're looking for when you're going out to perform at these shows?
It's like a direct thing to what you just said, how you waiting for the person to hear that one song and they're like, yo, that's my shit. Mm-hmm. I want to spit that line to that person who wasn't paying attention to nobody else all night. Right. And then he's like, oh, yo, what you say? Oh, and then he gravitates over to me and see what I have going on, I done rapped in front of harsh environments. I done rapped in front of crowds that boo people. I done rapped in front of, like damn near the Apollo. We're from New York. We're from the Mecca. I just did a show in the Bronx last night. I done rapped in front of these crowds. Yeah. So it's basically just like my point in performing is to give people the aura that I feel when I write it and just for them to stand on what I stand on. Like when I say I'm the King of Staten Island, I say it before I start rapping. Right. I don't say it after because when I say it,
you won't be able to prove that.
Exactly. You might suck your teeth. Yo, I'm the King of Staten Island. And then 3 bars later, oh, nah, hold on, he dead ass. So it's really like that. Like you make the non-believers believers and you make the believers confident that they could place their bet on you.
Like how long is the duration of being the King of Staten Island? And what is the process of once you're ready to pass on the crown? Like what does that look like?
Michael Jordan retired when he wanted to. Rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. He unfortunately had a time where he had to place his crown up. Yeah. So it's like a situation like that. So somebody would have to be deemed overly worthy for me to feel like what I've done in my rap career and how I've put on for Staten Island. Yeah. Somebody would have to be like a worthy predecessor and able to take over that and carry it in a way that I see fit, me personally. Not even about the consensus, because I have my own agenda as to why I became the King of Staten Island and how I'm going to carry it. And I made people who didn't even look at that. Now they look at that and they follow my program as far as what I got going on. Yeah. So I would need somebody to really be themselves and highly original as to how they're going to carry it. But I know I'd be long-winded, but to answer your question, I would either have to retire, want to put it up, or die.
Damn.
I got this shit, Like it's either Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant. That's the only way I'm giving this shit up, man.
Okay. Listen. Y'all heard it here first. I hear a duel. I'm joking.
Oh, I'm undefeated in that shit too. Like
really?
Battles, diss tracks. Yeah. You say my name in the song, you get smoked out. You want to do a beat battle or that, you get smoked out.
Oh shit.
I done had judged battles by legends. You feel me? Done had my favorite rapper in the world follow me because I made a diss track on the nigga using his beat and he said the shit was fire. So I'm like co-signed by people that I believe to be iconic based off of what I do. Yeah. So that that solidifies me more and proving my point as to why I am the King of Staten Island. And niggas ain't fucking with me for real. Like with this rap shit.
Like at the end of the day,
like for real, like
niggas,
what
it really boils down to.
Yeah, they really not messing with me for real. Like it's like. I'm really like undisputed with this for real.
So before we get into our Feed the DJ segment where we try some of these Indulge NYC cookies, can you let us know a little bit of what you have planned for 2025 as far as music, as far as performing, and anything else that you might want the listeners to connect with?
All right. Well, I've had like 5 shows in the last 4 weeks. So, you just go on my Instagram, real_BMC Smoove, and you just look at all the flyers, everything that I've been doing. But what I do have going on now is February 20th, I'll be in Brooklyn. I'm going to post a flyer later, so that's an exclusive right now. I'm doing the show in Brooklyn.
Got some leaks?
Yeah, we got some leaks. So after this show, I'm going to post the flyer and everything like that, and we activated. So February 20th, I'll be in Brooklyn. March 3rd, I'll be in the Bronx again with Terrell Blair, Military Grounds. Shout out Terrell Blair. He's been helping me in everything that we got going on with doing shows on the road and stuff like that, staying active. February 15th, I have a situation in Inglewood, Jersey, where I'm doing the Cypher. February 23rd, I'm also going to be doing another, Hang the Mic Pause freestyle situation. And we're just booked and busy. Flyers coming for everywhere. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Twitter. Get my music, BMC Smoove. Once again, my Instagram and all social media platforms is real_BMC Smoove. All streaming platforms, BMC Smoove. That's it. So, we active.
All right. I have one more thing that we need to discuss.
Oh, what's up?
That we need to debunk right now.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pause. Ayo. And no homo. No, deadass. Because in this episode, y'all heard this man say pause like a million damn times. And I'd just be like, it's not that serious. But I need to know the differences between all of them. Like.
All right, well, it's all fun and games. We love every community, any community, all the communities.
Period. This is an inclusive show.
Yeah, it's just.
Thank you for saying that first.
Absolutely, it's just fun. It's just fun and games. Thank you, and I love to be appreciated. So basically, to answer the question, it's like when you say pause, it's just like something that could be standard. Like I ain't gonna give no examples because that'd be crazy, but. When you say "ayo" is like the bottom tier, like "ayo" is just like a quick little psh, like "ayo," like hold on, like you all right over there? Like, hey, yo. But, that's just like, you play around like, hey, yo. Like, that could be like, all right, you might be reaching.
Nah, no. I've seen some, intense, hey, yo.
Yeah, that's when it's not. That's when it's.
Jump in with it.
Yeah, that's when it's not deniable. But otherwise, that you ain't like, yo, hey, yo. But if you like, yo, hey, yo.
Exactly.
That's when it's not, that's when it's not debatable. It's like, all right,
But when does it go from an ayo to a pause?
Pause is when it's something that, you say a, you say ayo usually, just for me and my people, pause is for protection. You got to say pause first, and then you continue to say what you're going to say.
So ayo is afterwards.
Ayo is when you get caught saying some pause shit without saying pause. So you got to say pause for protection, yo, pause, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. But if you don't say it before that, then it's like, yo, hey, yo. But when you say no homo, that is the top tier of the craziest shit that you could have said. I don't want to say nothing crazy. But just yo, no homo. When I was in the shower, my hair, the water dripped down hey, yo, no, yeah, you yo, no homo. Bro, I said no homo, but they yo, the water dripped down what? Yo, bro, I got dreads, bro. Yeah, so you got to say no homo, and you got to say 17 times to the point where your man is yo, all right, bro, I get it, bro. Say what you're going to say. And then you say it, and then they're still hey, yo.
Bro.
So it don't matter.
Boom. So, what about when you're writing music? You just be
yes, I have very selective shit. I done cut out so many crazy punchlines because my man's is going to be yo, hey, what? That meant... It's a quadruple entendre now. Bro, I only meant it to be a triple entendre, but you're going to throw in the fourth entendre, which made it pause. So I done cut out so much creative entendres based off of the pause demographic.
Oh, my God. When does it end?
It
never ends?
It doesn't. The person who created it is 60 and still saying pause. Shout out Dame Dash, shout out Cameron, it is what it is and all that. They still saying pause to this day, and it started with them, and them niggas is 60.
Right.
So
I just needed to debunk that. Yeah. It is just
it's all fun though. It's a game. You feel me?
It's
mad funny. Otherwise that, I don't really have a preference on anybody's sexuality. I don't judge anybody. Everybody is cool. You human. We all human.
Yeah.
And that's just that. But pause is just fun. It's
right. Nah, I get it. Yeah. Listen, I just needed to get that out of my system because I've been wanting to ask that for a few freaking months, maybe years now, okay? Because when you in the studio, every other sentence pause. I'm like, all right, you know what? I need to know what the difference is.
Yeah, and let us know your opinion if you agree on how I rated the tiers and stuff like that. Am I on point? Did I put everything in the proper structure to how y'all do it in y'all neighborhood? Pause, and just let us know what's going on. And I also got a thing, it's called pause parentheses. You got to say pause before and after when there's something crazy.
Pause parentheses.
Yeah, so it's the pause parentheses. It's yo, pause, something, pause. So it's you're super protected, so they can't get you. They can't be hey, yo. It's no, it's the pause parentheses,
right.
bro.
This is
Yes, PEMDAS. That's math for y'all who don't know what's going on.
Oh, my goodness, yo. That was... That was the perfect breakdown. So moving forward, if anybody says any crazy shit on the show, y'all have to comment pause. Okay? All right? That's the new rule of the show. But BMC Smoove, thank you so much for joining me in the studio today.
Of course.
Now, we usually end every episode with a live DJ set. But for this episode, I want to end the episode playing one of your tracks. So I would like for you to let me know which track you would like to be the outro of this episode today.
We're going to go Pray for K.O.S.I.
Okay.
I was going to do King of My City, but we could do Pray for K.O.S.I.
Okay, gotcha.
We could do Pray for K.O.S.I.
All right, so we're going to be closing out the show with Pray for K.O.S.I. But before we leave, we're going to jump into our Feed the DJ segment that is brought to you by Indulge NYC. Shout out to Maddie, you guys.
Shout out to Maddie.
Yo, I usually try not to try the cookies until I at least get to the studio so I can actually have that, like, surprise element. But today, I don't know what it was. She brought these cookies to me ahead of time before we started filming, and I just had to go in for one just to make sure they were good. And then I had another one just to make sure they were really good. And then I had a third one because I knew they were good. So, like, at this point, I'm not leading you astray, all right? Today, we have s'mores cookies.
Okay.
They are so soft and delicious. Like, it's honestly, like, it should be illegal what she's doing in her kitchen. Hey everybody, it's your favorite girl on the rocks, of course, and we couldn't have another season of Feed the DJ podcast without shouting out Indulge NYC. They help us to feed our DJs. If you are someone who likes a sweet treat, especially at the end of a gig, look no further. Indulge NYC is a women-owned and operated company right here in Staten Island, and they provide us with cookies, cakes, and all different types of pastries here on the show. So make sure you check them out on Instagram and let them know that Feed the DJ sent you. Like,
let's see what she got going on.
Oh my
Shout
goodness.
out,
These
Maddie.
are regular cookies. They're not going to get you high or anything.
I mean, I might get a sugar rush and stuff.
Right,
They
exactly.
smell good. I can smell them from
Yeah,
here.
you can smell them from there, right?
You just open the box fresh open and I smell them like they fresh out.
Here, please try one.
Oh,
Let us
hold
know
on,
what
these-
you think.
Oh, no, this is a situation.
Yeah, I'm having another one too. Why
Hold
not?
on. Look, y'all.
Yes. Oh, they're so good.
wow.
Yes, these are the s'mores cookies. I think this is our first time having these ones on the show. What do you think?
This is instant sugar rush. These is fire.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Not me eating on cam. Oh, well, F it.
Right? I know.
Shout out, Maddie. You got me eating on camera.
The ASMR segment of the show. I mean, it's called Feed the DJ. What were y'all expecting? I gotta feed them.
Feed the DJs, producers, and performers.
You know?
K.O.S.I.
Period. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, what are you giving the cookie?
11.
Thank you, Maddie. We love you. Thank you so much.
Because for the simple fact that they soft as hell, and this is really a s'more without making a mess. I've never not made a mess with a s'more. You bite it, pause, and then everything just slides out. Like, that was crazy. But this s'more cookie is really, really fire, yo.
Thank you. Thank you, Maddie. Thank you, Indulge NYC. Listen, I need you to promise. Do you have your phone?
Mhm.
Take your phone out and follow Indulge NYC right now.
Oh, yeah, I need that speed that. We need a boxer. We need
Yep. See, we are not letting you leave this studio. But no, these are really good. And you know what? Honestly, when I come home from a late night gig, sometimes I don't need a whole meal. I just need to run and grab something sweet real quick. So imagine having these in the fridge after coming home from performing in the Bronx.
Oh, my God. My night would have been Indulge NYC, correct?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, we activated Follow and Fresh
Follow.
right now. Y'all see what's going on.
You guys do the same. Make sure you follow Indulge NYC so you can get your cookies and your pastries for all of your events, even for at home. Maybe you just need to bring some for lunch during the week at work. Whatever it is that you need, Indulge NYC has got you.
Yo, look, y'all, she's still eating that cookie. My shit dumb. I ain't gonna lie. That cookie was fire.
Hey everybody, it's your favorite girl on the rocks, of course, and we are so happy to connect with you, and we're happy that you have stuck around with us all the way through season 3 of Feed the DJ podcast. Now, if you're listening on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, please remember to give us a 5-star review. You can leave us comments. Let us know who you want to see on the show. You can send us questions. Anything you want, we want to hear from you. So again, leave us a 5-star review and let us know what you're thinking of season 3 so far. It's your favorite girl on the rocks, of course. This is another episode of Feed the DJ podcast. Make sure that you guys subscribe, like, comment, leave us a 5-star review. And come on, we want to hear from you. Send us a DM. Let us know who you want to see more of. We have a lot more in store for you for season 3. So make sure you stick around to see some of the new episodes that are coming. And check out some of our previous episodes from this season, season 2, and season 1. I don't bite, I just DJ. Until next time.
The King of Staten Island.
Do you really pray for me?
I hope you do.
Do you really pray for me?
I hope you do.
Do you really pray for me?
I hope they do.
Do you really pray for me? Do you really pray for me?
Pray for me.
Do you really pray for me?
Pray for me.
Do you really pray for me?
Pray for me.
Do you really pray for me? Do you pray for me? It's getting hideous. All the shit that I done seen, you wouldn't want to witness it. The judge threw the book at my man's like he illiterate. He learned how to read in jail and complete a sentence. He home now. He chilling with a known crowd, thinking to himself about the ups because it goes down. PTSD shit, he thinking about the gun sounds.
Thinking about the gun sound. Thinking about the gun sound.
He was on a mission, except his planet wasn't manuscripted. Mask on 40 belows because he took the biscuit. All black, so he undescriptive. I'd rather that than to see him max back out another prison. I know you seen it, you could read it in the headlines. He was shit, all he had, he even fed mine. We was eating scheming plates off the Tech 9. He was so starving that he went and got fed time. He with the family, that mean we gotta stay with him. He like my brother, we don't share blood, but I relate with him. And when he down, then I'm great with him. Feeling like I should've caught that case with him. All I do is pray with him.
All I do is pray with him.
Do you really pray for me?
I hope you do.
Do you really pray for me?
I hope you do.
Do you really pray for me?
I hope they do.
Do you really pray for me?
BMC, nigga.
Do you really pray for me?
Pray for me.
Do you really pray for me?
Pray for me.
Do you really pray for me?
Pray for me.
Do you really pray for me? I gotta ask them, do they pray for Smoove? Cause I stay on edge, sharp on point like a saber tooth. I don't play when I'm playing, I don't play to lose like Liam Neeson. Get to taking 1, then I'm taking 2. I hang with niggas that's relatable. We never wore a wire like the cable crew. Kick dog, robbery, my niggas breaking through conspiracy to kill shit like Ray Caruth. Pray for me, then I'ma pray for you. And if you play with me, I make a call and they gon' pray on you. Don't ever turn your back on people that's supporting you. This lesson is rhetorical, I feel like I got more to do. God flow, but the sinner's right behind me. I'm lucky I ain't caught up in that lobby, catching bodies for them niggas that'll put in work beside me. Cooking shit, bitch, we ground beef like chopped cheese. Did you pray for me when I started selling drugs? Did you pray for me when I started clutching guns? Did you pray for me like Carla did Buddy Love? Or did you pray for me when I needed just a hug?
Just a hug.
Do you really pray for me?
I hope you do.
Do you really pray for me?
I hope you do.
Do you really pray for me?
I hope they do.
Do you really pray for
The King of
me?
Staten Island.
Do you really pray for me?
Pray for me.
Do you really pray for me?
Pray for me.
Do you really pray for me?
BMC, nigga.
Do you really pray